holds a very, very delicate position in the APC campaign team. And I have the pleasure to welcome with me into the studio this afternoon, Imabo Akpan. You're welcome.
Thank you, Yetunde. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah. It's nice having you around.
Yeah, sure, it's a pleasure.
She is a socio-political analyst and a member of APC Presidential Campaign Council, and she has other portfolios she would explain to us. Can we meet you?
Okay, Imabo is the name.
Yes.
Friends call me Ima. Aside from the fact that I'm a socio-political analyst, I'm also popularly known as a community development advocate, and then as a female, very active in politics. My party is the APC, yeah, and I've been very active in my state, Akwa Ibom, and also, of course, here in Nigeria. And I find it a privilege to be considered as a member of the Presidential Campaign Council.
Thank you very much, Imabon, for giving us a tip of the iceberg. As we go on, you get to know more about her. Yes, the intent now is politics all over the federation. The noise of who wins. This one is the political analyzing politics. This person has greater chance. This person has greater chance. This person has greater chance. What chance do you have in the APC?
First of all, I believe my party has the advantage over everyone right now because we are the ruling party in Nigeria. Aside from being the ruling party, we are in control of at least 20 states in the federation, far higher than any other party. So that's a great advantage, first of all. And the fact that our ideologies and our policies that are pro-people also set us very much apart from every other party. We are very people-oriented, and we can see from most of the policies executed by our President Muhammadu Buhari, with regard specifically to the social investment programs. You could see obviously the kind of money that before now politicians only would share behind the scene, divide amongst themselves and just go home with. Those are the kind of monies that are pumped into the social investment programs. For example, the End Power, where we know thousands of Nigerian youths, are paid 30,000 naira every month to provide community services. We've seen that in the school feeding program, where vendors are given money to buy food from, especially the locality, to boost economy of grassroots at the grassroots level, and also at the same time you're feeding children who before now found it difficult to go to school because of hunger. So you're providing you're filling in an economic gap, at the same time also solving hunger issues amongst the children.
Yes, I'd like to take you up
and then other real people centered.
Yes,
policies.
On the school feeding program, you talked about the school feeding program as a means of enriching the grassroots. I mean, a means of improving
boosting
the economic
of
the grassroots.
At the grassroots level.
Now, I want to. There has been a lot of controversy on this school feeding program. Can you give a few examples of where it takes place?
What sort of controversies? Is it controversy
the controversy is that it does not exist?
But that's not true.
Yes.
Because especially if it doesn't exist, then I'm not sure the controversy is that it doesn't exist, because these programs are actually channeled through state government. I mean, the federal government pays the state government to carry out this program.
So the state government should be blamed for not carrying it out?
If of course, in my state, for example, it is done, even though it is not done in a manner that should generate goodwill sufficiently for the federal government. This is because it is the PDP government handling it. So I can speak for my state. one of the issues we have with school feeding program in my state is that the handlers, instead of giving the vendors the money directly to go to the villages to source for food locally and buy them locally, because that was the intent, these handlers rather buy the food in bulk, and then the vendors are asked or demanded to buy from them just so they can make profit. That was not the idea of Mr. President. So I feel at the state level, especially where the other parties are in control, they carry these programs out in such a way that doesn't meet up the full expectations or the required intent, the main intent of Mr. President, who means well for the people. And the question I keep asking is, what are the state governors doing to complement these efforts of Mr. President? Because all of the noise on social media is about PNB not doing anything for the people, but most of the people-centered policies and programs are initiated by the federal government. What are the state governors doing to complement this effort? And then we talk about the conditional cash transfer. Just 2 weeks ago, per local government, over 4,000 Nigerians are benefiting from conditional cash transfer, 50,000 naira to each member of a household. But the requirement is that you should qualify as the poorest of the poor. And
How
this
do you
money is also
determine that?
still, of course, there were statistics carried out, there were statistics done,
And the monies were given out.
through the state government structure. Local government chairmen are the ones distributing. Where else do you see a sitting a ruling party with a sitting president release billions of naira and channeling them through, irrespective of political party or where a state government, whether you're in APC or PDP or any other party, they channel them through such structures? And in a lot of like states like such as Akwa Ibom, where the state governor is from a PDP governor, it's channeled through the PDP system, and so they end up not even giving credit to the federal government. They hardly would tell the people that this money is from Buhari, because how else would they keep coming online to accuse the president of not doing anything for Nigerians?
Thank you very much, Aima.
So that's just few of the many things this government is doing.
Thank you very much, Aima. And however, I want to ask, what does the APC have for Nigerians that is different from what is obtainable now? You said it. You said people are. It looks like Mr. President is not doing anything.
I didn't say so.
You said it just now. You said it looks like. You said
No, it is
the
the
state
people.
governors are making
It
it
is
look
the
like
people
the
who
president
say
is not doing
it's
anything.
it's some persons who think and who also say
That is why I'm
that.
taking.
But
you
I'm the
from.
one. I've been reeling out, few examples of some of the things Mr. President has been doing.
Yes. Now, what is this? What is the APC going to do different from what is on ground to allow the type that people will see that they are working? Considering the economic situation of this country now, it is nothing to write home about.
Really?
And you have just said that you are going to see. You have reeled out some things that you said Mr. President is doing, which is not even open to the public.
That's
What are you going to do different from what this government is doing?
Yes,
At least to open it to the public.
let's get some things very clear.
Yes.
There's a huge difference between people who deliberately just do not want to know what is going on, or people who get their facts from social media where a whole lot of false narratives are trended, and Nigerians who are open to information, to the real information, who have an open mind. There's a whole lot of difference between mischief and patriotism. Now, we all know that so many countries, I don't know which country right now is not going through an economic tough time. In the UK, the inflation rate is such that they've not experienced in their past 41 years of existence. President Biden of US just admitted that it is difficult for them to control their current inflation rate, and there's almost nothing much they can do right now. I tell you for free, so many countries really went down post-COVID, pandemic. And that's the reality that a lot of Nigerians,
Before
a lot
COVID,
of
Nigerian economy has been bad. COVID just added to it.
What-
Now you are
when
talking about post-COVID economy in all other nations. The question I'm asking is, how will this government do something different from what is on ground? Because as far as the nation is concerned, the whole country is having a bad time
now,
economically.
if I ask
what
you,
are you going to do different from what is obtainable
if I
now?
ask you, we need to speak like informed persons.
Yes.
I can understand for market women who may not have capacity to read
Are
and
they
follow
not
up.
feeling the impact?
No, that-
Even if they don't read, they can feel the impact.
But let me have my time
Please
to
go
speak.
ahead. Go ahead.
Because you're asking me questions,
Okay.
right? Now, you have market women. There's a difference between, let's say, some persons out there who may not have capacity to read and follow up the news and what is going on exactly, to have proper informed perspective on issues. Before the APC came in 2015, crude oil price, our major source of income as a nation, at the point was selling at over $150 per barrel. This meant that our income was doing a little bit fine. When President Buhari took over power, at the point our crude oil price, which is our major source, it dwindled to selling at $22 per barrel. If you were earning 500,000 naira a month as an individual, Yetunde, and then for some dynamics, global dynamics, for some issues, happening in the world, it reduced your earning from 500,000 naira to 50,000 naira. The question will be, will your welfare as at the time you were earning 500,000 naira be the same as at the time you were earning 50,000 naira?
Certainly not.
Certainly not. So that is why President Buhari has been grappling with a whole lot. But even at that, I have listed out a lot of things he is doing for the people, even during the COVID-19 period. I can remember very well when Mr. President released about 1.2 billion naira to state governors and said, please use this to help in ameliorating the sufferings of the people. Did you hear any state governor admit that Mr. President has given such money to provide for palliatives? They all kept quiet. It took only, I think, Governor Bello who spoke about
Bello.
it. Yes. The others just collected that money and kept quiet.
The reason I'm
it
asking,
tells you,
why are you going to do something different? That is what I'm asking now. Why, if all these things are being done,
let me
and the
finish.
society did not feel it, and they did not know, are you doing something
I'm getting
different?
somewhere. I'm getting somewhere.